everyone, happy Tuesday. Lee Textad here from Century 21 Canada, and we are happy to launch our Be Relentless webinars for another week. And one of our popular presenters is back with us today. Alicia Berruti from BombBomb is here. We had great feedback, Alicia, from your first presentation about the reasons you need to be using video more and more right now. Those reasons have not gone away. If anything, we're just all grateful for that face-to-face contact right now. So today we're going to take it one step further, guaranteed ways to get that video played.
Yes. Well, I'm so happy to be here again. Thank you for having me, Lee.
We love it when you're here because you always give us really good tactical information that we can apply to our lives.
Yep. Well, and that's the goal today. One of the most frustrating things I know for agents, brokers, trainers, educators, whoever is using BombBomb and using video in general, even if it's social media video, is when you've put all this time and thought into creating a video or creating content and then it doesn't get played. So what we're going to walk through today is some of the guaranteed ways to get your video played. It's going to be tactical. There's going to be some strategy. Feel free to take pictures of the screens for things that make sense. But if you have ever asked, why didn't they play my video? That is what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk just a little bit about why video. I know you guys believe in video already, but I just want to touch on it. We're going to talk about some of the philosophy behind getting these video plays. I'm going to show you guys the mechanics of both a good video email, but also we're going to talk about YouTube and social media video. And then I'm going to give you guys some ideas for compelling video thumbnails that work both on BombBomb video as well as your social media and your YouTube. So this is really what it all comes down to. The reason why we use video is that visibility beats ability, right? We talked about last week or 2 weeks ago when I joined you guys before about the importance of using video for connection right now, about showing up and being present in your sphere and in your past clients' lives. And it's the same thing, right? You may be the most compassionate, service-oriented agent there is. But if your clients can't see you right now, showing empathy and offering your service and showing up in a difficult time, then they would never know. The visibility piece is so, so important. And over and over again, video is giving you that ability to be there in person when you can't be there in person, to communicate more effectively. But just because someone recorded a song doesn't mean people are going to play it. Just because someone wrote a book doesn't mean everyone's going to read it. And just because you have created a video doesn't necessarily guarantee that someone is going to press play on that video. So the first thing to kind of get in your mind for creating videos that are going to get played is that you've got to create a video that's actually worth playing. Right? I say all the time, the goal of video is not just to send more video or just to produce more video. The goal of video is to create connections, because when we connect with people, our business grows. So if you're just making video to be a talking head out there, it's not necessarily going to benefit your business in the same way. So there's 3 questions that I want you to kind of start to put in your head before even creating that video. And the first one is, will I benefit from a video? There are lots of instances where you are going to benefit directly by a video. For example, lead conversion. We know that the average consumer works with the first agent they meet face-to-face because of that connection piece. So you are going to benefit from a video that is helping you connect with a potential client faster. That second question, is my message valuable to the recipient? That's a really important question to ask yourself before you start sending video. Why are they going to play that video? Well, if it's information that they want, are they going to benefit from it? Then that is a good cue that they are going to actually press play on that video. So is your message of value to them? I ask people to pose this question all the time to themselves is, is the message I'm about to communicate, will this be better said or communicated by a video? That's that third question there. Will video enhance their experience? For example, if you're explaining complex information, or if you're letting a client know what's next in the process, or the adjustments that they might have to make if they want to go ahead and list their house right now, if you're trying to explain those things, well, video is going to enhance their experience, because they're going to be able to retain that more effectively by watching a video, but they're going to also benefit from hearing your compassion and your experience and your tonality. Every single time you either send someone a video email or you're posting videos on social media or on YouTube, you are training your audience as to whether they're going to press play on that video the next time. So if you are positioning yourself with some of these questions before you even create that video, it's going to set you up for success. There we go. My next slide. So in our book, Rehumanize Your Business, in chapter 6, Ethan and Steve actually lay out a lot of the instances where video is just going to be better. We have lots of resources available for you, even if you haven't purchased the book, if you haven't read it yet, that lay out some of these times where video is just going to be better. But obviously, prospecting, nurturing, holidays, special occasions, happy birthdays, happy 1-year anniversary, checking in. We talked about this last time, showing up and being present with empathy, inviting people to classes or webinars. That's much better done over video. Saying thank you, showing gratitude. These are all things that are full of human emotion, where it's just going to benefit you to use a video. That last one there, that we added, is demonstration, and the screen recorder is a huge value add to that. And I'm going to show you some screen recorder thumbnails when we get into some of the thumbnail stuff there. So because you have asked, why didn't they play my video? The better question to ask before you even record the video is, why would they press play on my video? Okay. Number one, this is going to give that question a future orientation. Right? If you are putting video content out there and then afterwards feeling frustrated, man, they're not playing my videos, they're not playing my videos. If you focus on this before you record that video, why would they even bother to play my video? Then you are going to make sure that the content that you are producing, that video email that you are recording, is actually, you're asking the right question. What value are they going to get from that? Which again leads me to that second point. This puts a focus on customer value, so that you're not just recording video for the sake of being a talking head because someone told you you're supposed to be doing video. So this is going to give you an opportunity to really focus on the value that the person is going to receive from pressing play on that video. And then the third piece there is that this inspires greater customer empathy. I will use the example of someone who is not to be named. I won't even tell you what industry they're in, but they're not Century 21. And they have taken my training on birthday videos, where you pull out one interesting, unique thing about that day, whether it is a celebrity birthday, or a on this day in history, or one of those silly national holidays. And they've taken that idea and run with it. But rather than sending a 30-second happy birthday video saying, I don't know if you know this, but you share a birthday with Elvis Presley, they're creating a 4 to 5 minute video to send a client a happy birthday. The truth is that kind of video is not really empathizing with a client, because the truth is that we have a short attention span, right? A client on their birthday doesn't necessarily want to watch a 5-minute personal video. So framing this question, why would they play my video? It's going to give you an opportunity to really make sure that you are creating videos that are serving your customers as well as actually serving you. Because if you're doing a good job of providing value and using video as an asset to your communication, to enhance your communication, not just for the sake of using video, then people are going to come back to your videos over and over and over again. And that's when you get the real win. So we're going to talk a little bit about the anatomy of these various places. So the first one is an email. So the anatomy of an email, you don't have a ton to necessarily get them to play that video. What do you have? Well, you have the subject line, and we're going to talk a little bit about subject lines. You also have the body of the email, the text that you put around that video. That text is an important piece of telling the person why they would play the video. What is the value they are going to get from that video? And then if you're using BombBomb, you obviously have that animated preview. We take the first 3 seconds of your video and we loop it into an animated GIF so that as soon as they open up their email, they see motion. And you can use that animated preview as a way to make sure they play the video. And we're going to get into some of those strategies. Okay, now for YouTube, you have the video title. You have the description of the video to a certain extent, and then you have the YouTube video thumbnail. That's all you have to ensure that they're going to play that video. And then now on Facebook and Instagram, you've got the text, right? You've got the title of that video, or if on Facebook, whatever text you're putting in that status. And then for Facebook and Instagram, it actually does automatically start to play your video, usually muted. So you do have almost like the animated preview with BombBomb, you have motion. They're going to see the beginning of what that video is playing. And so you have a couple seconds to really capture their attention, okay? So let's talk about the anatomy of a good video email, okay? So if you've kind of been distracted while I'm leading into some of this, you're gonna wanna pay attention to this, because there's some really crucial elements to making sure that people press play on your videos. If you have ever sent out a mass video or a mass email to lots of people and felt frustrated by why people weren't playing the video, we're gonna jump into this, okay? So that first thing is subject line. Now on the next slide, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about subject line, but in that subject line, you either wanna be really, really clear or you want to pique their curiosity. You're gonna see on the next slide, but I always recommend putting video in the subject line because it piques their curiosity. We all do this exact same thing, okay? We log into our inbox and we scan, right? We look to see what's important, what captures your attention. What are the things that you need to reply to quickly versus what are the things that you can save for later in the day? Video is a pattern disrupt. If you say in the subject line of that email that there is a video in that email, it's gonna grab their attention because you are likely the only video in their inbox. So that subject line is really an opportunity to grab their attention. Now, text above the video. I want you to pay really close attention to this because it's important. If you are sending from within Gmail or Outlook using the integration, you want to put text above the video. Why do you want to do that? Well, number one, a lot of inboxes will start to pull an inbox preview after the subject line, right? We've all seen this before. You see the subject line, and then you start to see the first few words of the sentence that they typed at the beginning of that email, okay? If you do not put text above the video when you are sending from inside of Gmail or Outlook, there is a chance that their inbox preview is going to pull the video code. So after the subject line, there's gonna be a bunch of jumbly code, okay? So that is why you wanna put text above the video. Now, if you are sending from directly inside of the BombBomb platform or the BombBomb mobile app, you don't need to worry about that because we have that HTML coding with your branding directly above the video. You don't need to worry about it, okay? So if you're sending from within the BombBomb platform or the mobile app and you've got your branded template, you're not gonna be able to put text above the video because you have your branded design there, but you don't have to worry about it. If you're sending from inside of Gmail or Outlook, put text above the video, okay? Now, then you have the video where you actually get to pitch or introduce yourself or follow up or give your message. Now, I often, the text above the video, I use to drive the video play. For example, hi Lee, I'm so excited to chat with you next week. Press play on the video below for some more information about our call, or whatever it is, right? You're driving them to press play on the video, and then they press play on the video. And then you have text below the video. This is also really, really important. I want you to pay attention to this, and I want you to watch this because I'm going to show you what happens on the screen, okay? Now, I never, ever, ever want you to send just a video without any text surrounding it, unless this is someone that you communicate with video by all the time. They're used to receiving videos. Why do you want to have text below the video? If you do not put text below the video, there is a chance that their inbox is going to truncate the message. Watch what happens. You see those dreaded dots there, like you get when you're forwarding. There, again, this is not a guarantee, but there is a chance that if you do not put text below that video, that their inbox, it's not a BombBomb thing, this is on their end, their inbox is going to shrink that message and they won't see that big, beautiful video thumbnail with your face, with that animated preview, and with the timestamp, okay? So text below the video, always, always. If you're sending from within the BombBomb platform or the mobile app where you don't have the opportunity for text above the video, then you're gonna use that text below the video, again, to drive that video play. Tell them why to press play on the video. And then, of course, that last piece, you do have your call to action. You always wanna leave a call to action there, whether it's reply to this email with some dates and times that work for us, or reply to this email and let me know if there's any way I can service your family right now, or whatever that call to action is, you've got that there, okay? So I showed you two different examples here of a good video email structure, okay? So you've got the first one on the left here. This is directly sent from inside of my Gmail integration. So as you see, I've got subject line there, and we're going to talk about subject lines more on the next screen. But I've got subject line there, video for Danny. So nice to meet you in Dallas. I'm being clear, it's personal. All right, you've got the text up above. Hi, Danny. It was so great to meet you in Dallas. Press play on the quick video below. This is a tactic that we'll talk about with the thumbnails. But when someone gives me their business card, for me to connect with them after, I always use that business card in that first 3 seconds because it lets them know right away that they gave that information to me, right? So they wanted to hear from me. And then I have below that video just a simple happy Friday because there wasn't a specific call to action. But again, you want to make sure that you put text below that video, okay? The one on the right-hand side of the screen, this came from the BombBomb platform. So as you see, I have my BombBomb branding above that. If you have a custom branded C21 Canada template, you would have your branding up there. You've got the video automatically, and then I have the text below the video, okay? So, subject lines. Let's talk about subject lines for just a couple minutes. Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because there is a lot of various opinions in the industry, not just in the video email industry, but in email marketing in general about subject lines. But I just want to touch on this a little bit for you guys, okay? First off, the sense of urgency is always really, really important. If you want to put something in that email to, catch their attention about something that's coming up, quick question about our chat tomorrow, or those kinds of date things that let someone know that there is an immediate need there, definitely will help you. Personalization, always, I almost always make that subject line as personal as possible. I put someone's name in it. Be specific about what is in there. And then personal video is always, always a benefit. So number one, putting a recipient's name in the subject line increases open rate by 26%. Putting someone's name in the subject line actually creates a higher open rate than putting the word video in there. But putting video in the subject line does give you about an 8.3% higher open rate. So video and the person's name, I will tell you about 95% of the emails that I send out have a subject line just like this: video for the person's name, and then the specific information that is contained in that email. So video for Andrea, I didn't forget about you. Video for Tia, it was so nice to meet you in Boston. Video for Dan, I just left you a voicemail. I've got the video piece in there, I've got their personal name, and then I'm being very specific about what they're gonna find in the email, okay? One thing that I do want to point out to you, we're talking about making sure you get your videos played. I have not dove in deep into the weeds or into the psychology of this. However, having the word video in the subject line is going to increase the video play rate by almost 33%. Because when you've been really specific in that subject line that they're going to find a video there, they are more likely to open it up and then press play right away because they were told about it, okay? So just a couple things there on subject line for you to think about. All right, now let's talk about the anatomy of a good YouTube video. Again, visibility beats ability, and there is a ton of content on YouTube, and the likelihood that you are going to make one video and it's going to go viral is not very high, okay? The people that are doing solid work on YouTube are showing up consistently and following good practices for YouTube, and YouTube honors that in their algorithm, okay? So a couple things here. Thumbnails. What do you notice about the video thumbnails here? Since you guys are all on webcams or on Facebook, you can't answer this for me, but I know some of the things that probably jump out there. Number one, words on the screen. Having words in your YouTube video thumbnail is important. Not only does it capture people's attention, but YouTube honors that in their algorithm, okay? Another thing that you see here is faces, human faces. People want to see human faces. One of the worst things that you could do for your YouTube videos is make that video thumbnail a company logo, all right? People want to see faces. We're drawn in by human faces. And then you have the description, okay? I'm not going to get really deep into the weeds on video titles and descriptions for YouTube, but there are lots of resources out there, okay? What you need to know about YouTube is that YouTube is the #2 search engine in the entire world next to Google, okay? People go to YouTube to learn how to do things or to find information. So you want to make sure that you are titling your YouTube videos in the way that people search for things, okay? I can send you towards some people. Karen Carr, she actually just recently wrote a book, YouTube for Agents. Karen is a long-time BombBomb customer and friend of BombBomb, but she is passionate about empowering agents and teaching them how to use YouTube to leverage their business. And within about a year's time, she relocated to a new place, started doing content on YouTube, simple, searchable content about how-tos and about the neighbor or the area she was in Savannah. And within a year's time, 70% of her business was coming all directly from YouTube. So there's a lot of benefit there, but you want to make sure that you are, #1, honoring what YouTube honors with your video thumbnails, and then titling your videos, titling and description in the way that people actually search, okay? Lots and lots of resources there. Couple things that I do want to give you though. Canva is a app for your phone as well as a site that for your computer that you can use that will help you design those YouTube channel thumbnails, okay? They literally have a category in their drop down for YouTube thumbnails where you can get a really great thumbnail that has, you know, a compelling image with a human face as well as the words on that video thumbnail. So Canva, great resources. I know a ton of agents that use Canva religiously, okay? There's other things that you can design in there. There's a lot of design elements there, but I know specifically for those YouTube thumbnails, a lot of agents love Canva, okay? One other thing that I want to mention on YouTube here, okay? YouTube's recommendations drive 70% of what we watch, okay? Quite often, if you are posting videos on YouTube as an agent, after your video is done, YouTube recommends other videos like yours, okay? Now, there's a chance, in fact, a really good chance that some of those recommendations after they watch your video are not going to be your video. They're going to be a competitor. They're going to be another agent's real estate videos. So I just want to encourage you that when you are starting to build stuff on YouTube, playlists are a huge value add to you, okay? This is one of our video influencers here. This is why I pulled the example. He's doing a lot on YouTube. And you see he's got different playlists. He's got the Sure Group Show. He interviews local business owners, plumbers, electricians, bakers, whatever, okay? You've also got Around the Town. You've got Sure Tour, which those are all of his listing video tours. You've got construction tours, and then you've got vlogs. So not only do the playlists make it easier for people to find what they're looking for, but here is the real win of a playlist, okay? If someone watches one of your videos in a playlist, then the next video that's going to play is your own video, the next one in the playlist. YouTube is not going to recommend someone else's video. So when you are starting to put videos onto YouTube, you want to make sure you put them in playlists to ensure that the person is actually staying with your content, okay? All right, visibility beats ability. Good anatomy for Facebook and Instagram, okay? We talked about it. You've basically got the title there or whatever text you put with your video, and then you've got the first couple seconds of the video, and that's really all you have with Facebook or Instagram. So number one, you want to make sure that the text that you put with the video, same thing as with your subject lines, you want to make sure that you pique their curiosity and that you are really clear about the value that they're going to find in the video there. Jesse Peters, longtime friend of BombBomb, one of our former video influencers. He does a really good job. He does a ton of stuff on social. But you hear, he's piquing their curiosity. Are you on the hunt for your first place? Are you thinking of downsizing? Are you curious about owning an investment property? Right? He's piquing their curiosity. He's being really clear about what they're going to find. The other thing there to remember that on Facebook and Instagram, videos autoplay. They have them muted out, but it starts to play. So don't start that video with a boring static image or with a long shot of your logo, because that doesn't capture people's attention. Human faces capture attention. Motion captures attention. Emotion, these are all things that capture people's attention, and you want to use that to your benefit in those first few seconds of the video, okay? The other thing that I wanted to point out here is that subtitles can stop the scroll, okay? People ask me about this all the time with BombBomb Video. Do you guys have captions? Do you have subtitles? We don't do that with BombBomb Video. You certainly can put subtitles on a video and then upload it into BombBomb so that you have those subtitles. But I am going to tell you, it is less important to have subtitle videos for a BombBomb Video email than it is for social. Why is that? Okay. Intent. when you send someone a video email and you've been really clear in that subject line, there's a video, you've put text with the video, you've let them know why to play that video. If they are pressing play on that video, it's because they want that information. They are interested in pressing play on that video, which means even if when the first time they get that video email, maybe it is a follow-up, or maybe you're answering a question that someone asked you, they're going to come back to it because it's information that they want. Whereas on social media, right, they're scrolling, okay? So the subtitles on a video for social media can help capture their attention and stop the scroll, but also it's more likely that they're scrolling through that phone while they're on a webinar. I hope you're not, but I know some of you are. Or while they're standing in line, waiting to get into Sam's Club, right? And they're scrolling. Those subtitles, the captions on your video, are gonna help capture their attention, and they might even watch that video longer because they're in a public place and it just caught their attention, and they're gonna watch it because the subtitles are on there and they don't necessarily wanna press play. So those subtitles on Facebook and Instagram can be really, really beneficial to stop the scroll. Okay, last thing here, I'm gonna try and whip through these. I wanna give you guys 6 strategies for a compelling thumbnail image, because you've seen this over and over again, both with the YouTube, with social media, and then with the BombBomb videos, that thumbnail really does play a big play in capturing their attention, because that is how they, number one, know it's a video, but number two, it's the first few seconds of that video. Now with BombBomb, again, we always take the first 3 seconds of the video and we loop it into an animated preview so that they see motion. A couple other things that we also do, obviously we put the time stamp. It is a benefit to you to keep your videos to 1 minute or less. And you see in all these examples, other than the bottom one that says play 2-minute video, they're all under 1 minute or right at 1 minute. We actually round down for you. So if you've recorded a video that's 1 minute and 34 seconds, it'll still say 1 minute. Once you get to that 2-minute mark, it'll say 2 minutes, okay? So these, all of the examples I'm gonna show you here with these thumbnails are specific to BombBomb Video, but these do apply for other places that you're sending video, for posting video. The things that I'm gonna show you are compelling ways to grab people's attention. And most of these are designed for one-to-one sending. But again, you can use the thumbnail of a YouTube video or of social media. You can use a whiteboard on those to still grab people's attention and play into that clarity and curiosity, okay? So the first strategy for a compelling thumbnail, this is obviously specific to a one-to-one video, is their name or name plus something else. Oh, let me go back here. So as you can see here, those animated previews there, Marish, yikes, or fun fact for you, Eric, the one on the top right-hand corner, that's not a BombBomb one, which is why it's not animated, and it's why it doesn't have the thumbnail, but that's okay. Some of you may be using other programs. But those first 3 seconds is a compelling way to grab someone's attention by putting their name on a whiteboard or on a Post-it or on a note card. Number one, it lets them know that it is personal to them, that this is not something that you've sent out to lots of people. We all have experienced the difference between personal and personalized, okay? Personalized, I would consider a mail merge field, right? We've all experienced this. You get a email in your inbox that has probably been sent to 10,000 people that says, "Hi, Alicia." That's personalized, but that is not personal, okay? A personal video is a much, much different experience for someone because you made it just for them. And that thumbnail is a really, really key piece in letting them know that you made that video just for them. The other thing is that we are psychologically drawn to our names. It's why if you are standing in a crowded room full of people and someone says Alicia, even if they're not talking to you, you start to wonder, where did that come from, right? So their name, really, really powerful way to capture their attention. Number two, a detail. This is a great way to grab someone's attention, is pointing out a detail that is specific to them. Really, really helpful for prospecting, okay? So for example, in this case, this sales guy, he was trying to convince Omri to schedule time on his calendar. And Omri had not been returning his phone calls. So what this client did is he actually went to Omri's LinkedIn page, saw that Omri is a big fan of unique coffee, gourmet coffee from all over the world. He drew a coffee cup on the whiteboard, and then the detail that really captured Omri's attention was this was Omri's company logo that this sales guy put on the coffee mug, okay? It was a specific detail. Didn't take this guy a long time, but it let Omri know that this guy was really going above and beyond, okay? The response he got was, you got my attention, smiley face. I will look at my calendar and book a time to chat. So detail. Another way that you can use detail is the screen recorder. The BombBomb screen recorder actually gives you an opportunity to create a really compelling video thumbnail. This is one of our sales guys, Shane, and he actually is cold prospecting Sam by using that screen recorder on Sam's LinkedIn page. Guess what? That captures Sam's attention. If you are doing recruiting, I have seen brokers doing really, really great things with that screen recorder. For example, going to an agent's website and starting that video so that the video thumbnail is on their website. Guess what? An agent is going to want to know who this person is. Why are they sending me a video from my website? So really, really great way to bring out a detail that's going to capture their attention. This is our friend, Jimmy Burgess, BombBomb customer. Jimmy does unsolicited CMAs out to his database. He does these CMAs through the screen recorder. Now, he just does this as a value add to past clients. Hey, wanted to let you know what's happening with your property, with your investment. Because of the screen recorder, he's able to toggle over to the MLS information and show them all the neighborhood comps and things like that. But what he does to capture people's attention with that screen recorder is that he starts the video on Google Earth. And so the first few seconds of that video is actually Google Earth zooming in on their property. Again, if a client sees you, their real estate agent, and they see your face on the screen, and they see a Google Earth zooming in on your property or their own property address, guess what? They're gonna press play on that video. They want to know why their real estate agent is sending them a video with a satellite image of their house. And then he's able to give them all of the information. Really, really great way to use that screen recorder to pull out a detail that will capture their attention, okay? Your third one is emotion, okay? Human emotion is going to really, really benefit that video thumbnail, either good news or bad news. This is your opportunity to let them know what they're gonna get there. Now, a 4-minute video is not necessarily easy to get someone to play unless you have a well-established relationship with them. Well, this is my boss, this is Rebecca. If Rebecca is sending me a 4-minute video and she's excited, well, this means good news. I'm gonna press play on that. If I saw a 4-minute video from Rebecca and she didn't look excited, it might actually worry me. Oh no, why is Rebecca sending a 4-minute video? I might even push that video off a little later to the end of the day. But because of the human emotion aspect, you know, you see the excitement. I wanted to press play on that video because I knew that she had some good news for me. Now, the other side is that the human emotion can sometimes help convey complicated information, okay? Video is a really, really powerful way to sometimes have to have a conversation or to at least set up a complicated conversation. So in this specific instance, this is Kyle. He works in marketing at BombBomb. He was using that video thumbnail to let Steve, our CMO, know that he had messed up and he was sorry. Poor Kyle had sent out a piece of marketing content to thousands and thousands of people with Steve's personal cell phone number in it. So he had to send a video apologizing. And that thumbnail was letting Steve know right away that Kyle had messed up. So you can use the emotion piece. Pattern disrupt. This is a great way to get people to play your videos. I want to remind you that it is okay to be a human being. We connect with human beings. And this is Justin and Danny. They're sales guys at BombBomb. In fact, they have a joint name called Janny that people at BombBomb use. They shared office for a long time. They're good friends of mine. I was on the road with these guys for a long time. But this video right here was actually Justin, an account executive, handing off a client to Danny, another account executive. But they had some fun with it because it's unexpected, right? They're playing off of that pattern disrupt and they're just being themselves. They're being silly, and it really can get people to play the video because it's not what they were expecting. This one on the right here, I love this. So this is our friend Chris Brown. Chris is a lender, okay? And this video thumbnail that you're seeing is an automated response to someone requesting information on his website. Now, automated videos, you have a harder time getting people to press play on an automated response like that, if it's a pre-recorded lead response or any sort of automation, because you don't have the benefit of making it personal, of putting their name on that whiteboard or making sure that they know it's just for them. But what Chris has done for this pre-recorded automated lead response is he made a silly, unexpected thumbnail, right? He acts as if he didn't know the camera was there. Chris has such a high play rate on this video because it's unexpected. No one expects a lender to send a silly video like they didn't even know the camera was there, okay? There's one more example here on the unexpected that I want to show you. And this is BombBomb sales guys having a good time. So you see the tracking here over on the right-hand side. This was a mass send out to thousands of people after an event that these sales guys had been at. They were at a huge conference. A mass send like that, we at BombBomb are thrilled if we get a 20% play rate on a mass send like that. That's a huge play rate. We saw a 56% play rate on this mass send that these guys sent after they got back from Vegas because it was so unexpected. These two sales guys that had been on the show floor wearing jackets, speaking to all these other professionals out in Vegas at a conference all week, sent this ridiculous video of them in shorts standing in the snow when they got back to Colorado. But it was unexpected, and because people played the video, they were able to follow up in that human way and say, we had such a great time with you. That link below is how you schedule time on our calendar. So really, really effective, the unexpected, okay? Team. Bringing your team into a video is a great way, again, to get people to press play on the video. Time is an asset. And the laws of reciprocity say that if people see that you have brought other people into that video, they are more likely to press play because it must have been important, right? If you went out of the way to spend time to pull people into that video, then it must really matter, and they are way more likely to press play on that video. All right, surroundings. You can tell a story about yourself by your surroundings, okay? All of the time, I encourage people, pay attention to your surroundings behind you, but don't overthink it. You don't have to have a perfectly clear background. Please don't do green screen backgrounds. Most people, the only time that I really would recommend doing a green screen background is if you are using the green screen to have numbers and stats up behind you like a weatherman would. Other than that, tell a story about yourself, with your background. This one on the left-hand side of the screen here, this is our friend Ken Mucha. This was a lead response to someone he had never met before. And it was just a real simple video of him sitting there at his desk saying, "Hey, Tom, I'd love to connect with you, you know, about your home search." He told us, and I sometimes share this on the screen if you've been in one of my classes before, but he got a response from that client, and they specifically said that one of the reasons they chose to work with him was because of the pictures on the wall behind him that his kids had drawn for him. And it reminded them from when their kids were little and they had artwork that their kids had made scattered around up on the walls, and they felt connected to him. In fact, the quote was, "I felt like I was going to be doing business with a friend." So the surroundings there of Ken actually really, in fact, helped him win that client. Same thing, this one here on the right, this is a follow-up after another company's event. And a lot of times we will do these videos while we are standing in the booth, because the surroundings, it's bringing them back to that, oh yes, they were just right there. I recognize where they were at. The surroundings are telling them that it is from me that they were just there, that they just met at the booth. So those surroundings can be really, really powerful as well. So we originally had this animated GIF acronym as TUNED to help you remember it. And then we added on surroundings and realized that STUNED isn't a word, but there you go. STUNED, surroundings, team, unexpected, name, emotion, detail. Those are all things that you can use to your benefit to make a compelling video thumbnail that people are going to want to press play on. So just to kind of leave you guys with this, and then I want to take time for questions. Whew, I went a lot longer than I thought I did. Sorry, guys. But I do want to leave time for questions. But just to kind of keep this in mind, especially when it is coming to your video emails, but also social media, YouTube, they all know how long that video is. The personalization plus the expression on that human face, the intention of that video, again, whether it's YouTube to provide instruction or it's BombBomb for connection, the intention, so personalization, the human expression and the intention divided by the duration of time is crucial in how people are going to engage with that video. We have short attention spans, okay? So a quick, excited for our appointment, 28-second video. She's smiling. You see her waving. This is a good video thumbnail. People are going to play this. The second one here, you've got a 2-minute video. I have no idea what it's about. He's kind of looking down, right? You're working against yourself. So that's just what I want to kind of leave you with. Think about the value that you are bringing. Why would someone press play on that video? Do they know what value they're going to get in the video? Do they know that it's personal to them? Do they know that this is something they find interesting? Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I have time for questions, so please bring your questions.
All right, Alicia, thank you very much. Great information as always. If you do have a question, please put it on the right-hand side of your screen on the Facebook where a lot of people have been signing in today. Just write your question there. We did have one while you were speaking, which is a bit of a technical question, but I'm wondering if you can at least point us in the right direction. Andy asks, how do you add text to a YouTube thumbnail? Can any portion of a video be used as a thumbnail?
So again, Canva. Go to Canva, because Canva actually has a YouTube thumbnail creator that will let you grab any frame of the video and then will let you put the text overlay. So Canva, C-A-N-V-A.
Leah asks, can we send BombBomb videos through text message?
Yeah, you absolutely can from our mobile app. The one thing that I want to make sure you are aware of is that the texting functionality from the BombBomb app is designed for one-to-one texting. There is no mass texting capabilities. It is for one-to-one communication. But yes, you can absolutely text a BombBomb video.
Recipients on text messages, thank you for putting those controls in there. Again, if you have any other questions, please put them in the Facebook questions. Alicia, I know you went through some of the things to weigh whether or not it's a video, email, or whether you should just send a text email. How do you, because this is obviously your business, how do you decide whether it's a great video message? Because sometimes it's just easier as a reader to read the information quickly.
Yes, yes. So I always try again and position those thoughts in my head about, number one, does everyone benefit from this being done in a video, right? Is it easier for me to communicate what I'm about to communicate by putting it in a video? Is it easier for them to understand it? So a large portion of what I personally send is positively a video, because I do think that in most cases, it is more beneficial to communicate with personality and with the clarity of communication and all of that. However, once I start going back and forth with someone in an email, for example, if you, Lee, and I were going back and forth talking specifics about dates or topics or things like that, that kind of quick back and forth exchange is not going to benefit you or I by doing a video. Right? For you to open up a quick email and see, okay, we decided on a topic, that's perfect, great, thank you, I'll send you the link. Those quick exchanges, there's no benefit for it being a video. However, if I wanted to explain to you some of the bullet points of things I was going to discuss, certainly that would be easier for me to explain it by sending you a video. So I always, those kinds of questions, what is the benefit here? Is it easier for me to explain? Will it be easier for you to understand it? If I am sending a quick reply or answering a question that I don't necessarily think, you know, the benefit of having the human communication and the tonality, if it's just easier to send a quick reply, then I'll just send it text. So I think really focusing on what the intent and the value and the purpose is going to help you frame that a little bit better.
Great advice. The next couple of questions are all about the length of the video. Trevor Evans says he needs at least 2 minutes to get things out. So I think he needs a challenge. His quarantine challenge is to figure out how to do it in 30 seconds or less.
Yeah.
Let's decide how long should these videos be.
Yeah. So again, it comes back to intent. So a quick introduction video, whether you are maybe you're a broker and you're introducing yourself to a new agent, or an agent you're wanting to have a conversation with, or you're an agent and you're introducing yourself to a referral, or I'm introducing myself to someone's podcast that I'm going to be on next week. Those types of quick first touch videos, 30 seconds, right? 30 seconds. Doesn't need to be longer than that. The goal of that video is for them to see your smiling human face, to feel that human connection, and to get a sense of who you are. That is not your opportunity to talk about all of the wonderful things you've done in real estate, right? So those ones should be quick. Now, moving through the process. Let's say you are sending a video to a client to explain what they should expect once their house goes on the market. Well, that video is okay if that video is 2 or 3 minutes longer, because that is valuable information that they want. So the intent of the video really determines how long it is. Now, general rule of thumb for your basic communication, people have short attention spans. I would always encourage you to keep your video around the 1 minute mark. To the person who said they have a hard time keeping their videos under 2 minutes, I would encourage you to, maybe question how much information you're trying to throw in that video. Now, if we're talking about Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, I would recommend, again, think of the intention, but you still want to keep those in like the 3 to 4 minute mark, unless you are really diving deep into training. The value piece needs to be there if you're going to make a longer video. The value really has to be there. I will tell you, with our video influencers, even the ones that are doing a ton of content on YouTube and that are winning a lot of business by posting on YouTube, I would say on average their videos are in the 2.5 to 3.5 minute mark, because people's attention spans are short. So if you need to break a video up into smaller pieces for the purposes of posting so that you don't have a 7-minute video, it's going to benefit you if you break it into smaller 3-minute chunks for sure.
Super. We have a couple of more questions that have come in. We have one that says, will BombBomb offer a teleprompter eventually?
Nope.
Not on the list.
It's not on the list. And I will tell you why, okay? Number one, we focus on simple human video. It's why we don't even really give scripts. Sometimes if I give scripts, I put quotes on it because it's a framework. BombBomb is effective because it's human. And when you're trying to read from a teleprompter, it becomes stale. I've been a paid actor since I was 12 years old, and people teach multi-lesson series on how to read from a teleprompter, and it seemed natural. Most people cannot read from a teleprompter and it not seem really dry. So if you need to, bullet point, right, on a Post-it, put that right next to your camera. Have a couple bullet points. It's okay to be human. It's actually even okay to reference your bullet points. I watch videos and webinars and classes by some of the top people in your industry, and them glancing over to reference and see what their next point is. It's okay. You're a human being. Nobody expects that you are a professional speech giver who has it all memorized. It's okay to reference a note.
Totally agree. Texting on an iPhone versus Android is still different. As far as thumbnail of the video via text on the different phone types, what is the difference that a recipient sees?
Whew, okay, so this is a meaty question, and I'm going to do my best to try and satisfy everyone here. How a BombBomb video displays in a text message to the recipient is based on a lot of things that we have no control over, okay? Their operating system, their carrier, do you have a text relationship with this person or not? All of those factors come into play. So for example, if I am texting a video to someone else that has an iPhone to iPhone, they're going to display the video thumbnail unless I have no texting relationship with this person. If I have texted Lee, because Lee and I have never texted each other before, if I texted her a video right now from my BombBomb Apple phone, or my BombBomb app on my iPhone, she has an iPhone, it is not going to display the thumbnail, and it's not going to be clickable unless she responds to that text message. As soon as she responds, and now there's history between us that verifies to the cloud gods that she is in fact going to engage with me, then that video thumbnail will literally, as soon as she responds to my text, populate into a thumbnail and it'll be clickable. We have no control over that. So same thing with Androids. Sometimes they show the thumbnail, sometimes it's just the link. This is what I encourage you to do. Much like with an email, always include text with that video that you are texting to say, hey, it's a video. Let them know why they should press play on that video. I recorded a quick video to introduce myself to you. Press play. So you always want to include text with it, because the truth is you actually have no idea how it's going to display on their end, because we don't know what their carrier, what their operating system is doing. I hope that answers the question. Again, we have so little control over how it displays on their end. We do our best, but those things are beyond us.
It was a great answer. Our last question today is from Grace. She's wanting someone to walk her through this one-on-one. How can she and her team reach out to BombBomb to get a bit more information? Is this the next steps?
Perfect. It's on the screen. So we offer a 14-day free trial. It's not a bait and switch. It's not a give us your credit card and make sure you cancel in 2 weeks or we've got your money. It's 100% free, okay? When you sign up for a free trial, you get a one-on-one call with one of our strategy coaches where they're going to do a few things, okay? Number one, they're going to help you set up your integrations. So if you're using Gmail and you want them to help you set up Gmail, they're going to help you with that. They're going to help you set up your CRM integrations so that you know exactly how and where to send from. They're going to give you some actual ideas of videos that you should start sending right away. So over that 14-day free trial, you're not just going to sign up for a free trial and then wander in the dark for 2 weeks. Our goal is to actually get you on a phone call in your first couple days so that you spend those 2 weeks actually getting to use it and getting responses and getting to experience what it's like to implement it into your business. So bombbomb.com/next steps. You sign up for a free trial. Someone from BombBomb is going to call you and get you on a one-on-one call so that you can get that one-on-one walkthrough.
And I will add to that, we do have tons of Century 21 templates as well. So if you're taking part in that 2-week trial, make sure you get the templates because that will just enhance your BombBomb experience and make it easier for you when it comes to sending some of that stuff. Alicia, thank you.
You are so welcome. I hope that you guys got some great little nuggets of things that are going to help make sure that people actually press play on those videos that you're creating.
I'm sure they will. We always appreciate having you. I wish you an excellent rest of your day. Everybody else, thank you for joining us on this Tuesday. We will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern with our VP of Marketing, Chiyoko Kakino. She will be doing a social media panel. If you are someone who is nervous around some of these things, like video and hosting Zoom webinars, we're going to have a panel discussion with some people who are giving this a try through the pandemic for the first time. We'll hear their good stories, lessons learned. Maybe it'll give you some ideas. We will also talk about some of the Century 21 tools that we have to make some of these things easier for you. So we look forward to joining you tomorrow at the same time. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.